Fuel runs dry. Blackout warnings sweep the Philippines as the oil crisis deepens. These words, flashed across TV screens and smartphone alerts early Monday morning. People just stopped in the streets, reading headlines that felt like, well, a punch to the gut. Oil supplies had dropped to record lows. Gas stations posted no fuel signs. News anchors spoke with urgent voices, warning of rolling blackouts and transport chaos. The crisis hit fast. It really did not matter whether you lived in Manila or a distant village. The whole country felt the shock. Across the nation, fear grew. Folks wondered how they would get to work or keep their businesses running. Mothers worried about keeping the lights on. Students asked if their schools would close again. On social media, hashtags like #OilCrisisPH and #PrayForEnergy started trending. Videos showed crowds at gas stations, arguments over limited fuel, and dark city blocks at night. The oil crisis was not just a headline anymore. It was now the daily story of the Philippines. Everyone wanted answers. How did this happen? Would the country run out of energy for good? Was there any hope? Or was this just the new normal? The oil crisis touched every part of Filipino life. Prices shot up overnight. Jeepney drivers lined up for hours, hoping to get just a few liters of fuel. When supplies ran out, commuters squeezed onto packed buses. Some traveled for hours just to reach their jobs. Others simply walked, sweating in the tropical heat. Electricity became unreliable. Rolling blackouts hit city after city. Stores closed early. Hospitals turned on generators, but even that was costly. Families ate dinner by candlelight. Students struggled to do homework in the dark. The noise of portable generators became a constant background sound. Food costs rose. Deliveries slowed down because of the lack of fuel. Farmers could not run their irrigation pumps. Fishermen stayed ashore, unable to afford boat fuel. In the markets, prices for rice, vegetables, and fish climbed higher each day. Life felt harder with each passing hour. People talked about surviving instead of living. The oil crisis was not just about energy. It was about hope and how quickly it could disappear. The government moved quickly. The president declared a state of national emergency. Cabinet officials appeared on television, urging calm and asking everyone to save energy. Non-essential lights were turned off. Some businesses were ordered to shorten hours. Curfews were discussed for malls and entertainment venues. Rationing began in major cities. Each household received a set amount of electricity each day. Gas stations were told to limit fuel per customer. Public offices reduced their hours. The government launched hotlines for complaints and questions. Behind the scenes, officials scrambled to find new oil suppliers. Teams flew to Middle Eastern countries, begging for emergency shipments. The Department of Energy called on the public to use less electricity and try carpooling to save fuel. The government even offered rewards for ideas to save energy. But nothing worked fast enough. The crisis was a warning. The Philippines was dangerously dependent on imported oil. Everyone asked the same question: was there any way out? For years, experts had pointed to a possible solution. Beneath the waves of the West Philippine Sea lay massive oil and gas reserves. Some called it a hidden treasure. Others saw it as a jackpot waiting to be claimed. According to the Department of Energy, the reserves could be worth as much as $125 billion. Scientists first discovered signs of oil and gas here back in the 1970s. Later surveys suggested that the area, especially near Reed Bank and Malampaya, held billions of barrels of oil and trillions of cubic feet of natural gas. If tapped, this energy could power the Philippines for decades. The West Philippine Sea reserves promised more than just fuel. They offered hope for a strong economy. Energy independence could mean cheaper electricity, stable prices, and new jobs. But for now, most of that oil and gas remained untouched, locked away under disputed waters. In 2016, the Philippines won a major legal battle. An international tribunal in The Hague ruled that the country had exclusive rights to resources in its exclusive economic zone. The world, celebrated. Newspapers called it a historic victory. The government promised to develop the West Philippine Sea for Filipinos. But the story did not end there. China rejected the ruling. Chinese ships continued to patrol the disputed waters. Filipino fishermen were chased away. Oil exploration ships faced threats and interference. International support was strong, but honestly, enforcement was weak. The Philippines had the law on its side, but not the power. Each time Manila tried to start new oil projects, Beijing responded with patrol boats and military warnings. The legal victory felt hollow. The oil jackpot stayed out of reach, just beyond the horizon. The West Philippine Sea became a tense zone. Military ships from both China and the Philippines sometimes faced each other just miles apart. At times, warning shots were fired. Radar screens lit up with alerts. The world watched, worried a spark could lead to war. Foreign investors grew nervous. Oil companies hesitated to spend money in a place where ships were chased away. Insurance costs for drilling rigs skyrocketed. No one wanted to risk violence or damage. Projects planned for Reed Bank and other sites stalled. Some contracts were canceled. Local companies also worried. Without strong support from allies, they knew their equipment and crews could be threatened. Even Filipino workers questioned whether it was safe to work offshore. Billions of dollars in investments sat frozen. The oil and gas stayed underground. The situation created a strange twist. The Philippines owned the resources, but could not touch them. The sea was rich, but the people remained poor. The cost of the crisis was not just about blackouts or higher prices. The real loss was in missed opportunities. With energy independence, the Philippines could have built new roads, schools, and hospitals. Millions of jobs could have been created in oil, gas, shipping, and construction. Instead, the country spent billions each year importing fuel. The money that could have gone to Filipino families now went overseas. Poverty remained high. Many young people left the country, seeking better lives abroad. Rural areas, especially coastal and island communities, stayed underdeveloped. Infrastructure projects stalled. Small businesses closed down. The dream of progress faded for many. The oil and gas that might have changed everything remained a dream. People wondered how different life could be if only those resources could be used. The oil jackpot was more than money. It was a chance for dignity and a better future. For now, that chance was slipping away. The main sites of oil and gas in the West Philippine Sea are scattered across a wide area. Reed Bank, just northwest of Palawan, is believed to hold the largest reserves. This area alone could produce billions of dollars worth of oil and gas over the next decades. Other promising sites include the Malampaya field, which has already powered Luzon for years, and the Sampaguita gas field, just waiting for development. Smaller fields dot the sea, each with the potential to change lives on shore. The location is both a blessing and a curse. Close to major shipping lanes, these fields could easily supply the Philippines and even neighboring countries. But their position in disputed waters means every move is watched by foreign coast guards and navies. If the country could safely develop these sites, the impact would be enormous. But until the disputes are solved, the oil stays buried beneath the sea floor. The future hangs in the balance. If the Philippines can find a way to safely and fairly tap its oil jackpot, life for millions could improve. Energy would be cheaper, jobs would multiply. The country could stand tall, no longer begging for fuel from abroad. But there are dangers. Relying on imports leaves the country weak in a crisis. The risk of military conflict remains. Diplomacy, stronger alliances, and maybe new technology will be needed to unlock the oil safely. For now, the dream of energy independence lives on. The oil jackpot is real, but so are the challenges. The next steps will decide if the Philippines finally claims its treasure, or if the crisis repeats again and again. Only time, courage, and wise leadership will tell what story is written next.